Imagine waking up one morning to the sight of a new silhouette slicing through the skies above South Asia. Not just another fighter jet, but a machine designed to disappear from radar, to slip past defenses, to change the very rules of the aerial game. That is the storm the J-35 whispers into our region's horizon, a storm that could redraw maps of power without firing a single shot. The potential first export of China's fifth-generation J-35 stealth fighter to Pakistan has captured the attention of defense analysts and geopolitical observers alike because it would mark a historic milestone in both countries' military trajectories. The J-35, also known as the FC-31 in its earlier prototype stage, represents China's ambition to step into the elite circle of nations capable of producing and fielding advanced stealth aircraft that can rival the US F-35 or the Russian Su-57 in terms of radar cross-section reduction, advanced avionics, and network-centric warfare capabilities. If the reported offer of around 40 aircraft is accurate, it would not only make Pakistan the first foreign operator of this platform, but also significantly reshape the perception of China as an exporter of cutting-edge military technology. Until now, China's most advanced exports to Pakistan have centered around the JF-17 Thunder, a fourth-generation multi-role fighter co-developed by both nations. While capable and cost-effective, the JF-17 remains firmly outside the stealth category, which means Pakistan's Air Force, despite being modernized, has had limitations in penetrating advanced integrated air defense networks without being detected early. The arrival of the J-35 would theoretically close that gap, giving Pakistan a survivable strike and reconnaissance capability in heavily contested airspaces, a tool that could influence both tactical operations and broader strategic deterrence. For China, this potential sale would serve multiple purposes. It would establish its stealth fighter as a credible export product, challenge Western dominance in the fifth-generation export market, and cement military ties with Pakistan as a reliable testing ground for operational deployment outside Chinese borders. It would also send a message to regional rivals, particularly India, that Beijing is willing to export its most sensitive combat technologies to its allies if the strategic payoff is deemed worthwhile. From an industrial perspective, the deal would demonstrate China's growing confidence in its ability to mass-produce advanced aircraft at lower costs than its Western counterparts, a factor that could make the J-35 attractive to other nations seeking fifth-generation capabilities without the political or financial constraints of buying from the US or Russia. This shift could represent not just a leap forward for Pakistan's aerial capabilities, but also a symbolic turning point in the global fighter market, signaling that advanced stealth is no longer the exclusive domain of a handful of Western powers. The uncertainty surrounding the deal's actual status has become one of the most intriguing aspects of the J-35 discussion, turning it into a complex mix of rumor, strategic signaling, and political caution. While multiple reports from international defense outlets have claimed that China has offered Pakistan a package including 40 J-35 stealth jets, KJ-500 airborne early warning aircraft, and advanced HQ-19 air defense systems, Pakistan's own defense minister has publicly dismissed these claims, labeling them as nothing more than media chatter. This denial, however, has not silenced speculation. Instead, it has fueled theories about whether the refusal is a genuine statement of fact or a calculated diplomatic maneuver designed to obscure ongoing negotiations. In the world of high-stakes arms procurement, secrecy is often a strategic necessity, especially when the systems involved carry enormous geopolitical implications. Publicly acknowledging such a deal before final agreements are signed could invite diplomatic pressure, particularly from rival states or international watchdogs concerned about arms races in volatile regions. On the other hand, an outright denial could also be a way to manage domestic reactions, avoiding public scrutiny over budgetary allocations until the deal is finalized. The contradictory narratives also reflect a broader trend in modern defense acquisitions, where official statements rarely tell the full story, and strategic ambiguity can serve as a bargaining tool with both suppliers and adversaries. Pakistan, facing both economic constraints and the need to modernize its air force, may be negotiating terms that are more favorable, using public denials to maintain leverage. Meanwhile, China may see value in allowing the rumor to persist, as it sends a subtle signal to India and other regional actors about the potential transformation of Pakistan's aerial capabilities, even if no formal sale has yet occurred. This environment of uncertainty serves a dual function. It keeps adversaries guessing while buying time for both sides to assess operational integration, financing arrangements, and potential international reactions. The result is a murky picture where the absence of confirmation is almost as strategically useful as an official announcement, maintaining both suspense and strategic flexibility for the parties involved. The timing of the J-35 offer, coming in the aftermath of heightened India-Pakistan tensions and recent aerial engagements, adds a layer of urgency and strategic significance to the development. In South Asia, air power has long been a decisive factor in conflict dynamics, with the 2019 Balakot airstrikes and subsequent dogfights between the Indian Air Force and Pakistan Air Force serving as stark reminders of how quickly aerial confrontations can escalate. Since those incidents, India has accelerated its modernization efforts, acquiring Rafale fighters from France, upgrading its Su-30 MKIs, and investing in indigenous fifth-generation fighter projects. For Pakistan, which has relied heavily on its JF-17 fleet and older F-16s, the capability gap in terms of sensor technology, radar range, and beyond visual range engagement has grown more apparent. The rumoured J-35 deal, therefore, comes at a moment when Pakistan is actively seeking to redress this imbalance, particularly in the stealth domain, which India currently lacks operationally. From a strategic perspective, introducing stealth aircraft into Pakistan's arsenal would